Hi, this is Arthur Robinson Jr. I am the creator of PowerfulInterviews.com. I am the creator of AudioSecretsTrainingEvent.com. I want to welcome each and every one of you to this phenomenal video. In this interview, you're going to experience life-changing information that you will not find anywhere else. I have secured an incredible interview with a great friend of mine, a successful businessman, the Arizona Cardinals wide receiver. His name is J.J. Nelson. J.J. Nelson was drafted by the Arizona Cardinals in the 5th round, and J.J. Nelson has a degree in communication studies. So in this interview, you're going to hear exclusively how J.J. Nelson, he breaks down layman's terms about you have to know the NFL playbook to be a professional wide receiver. Also in this interview, J.J. Nelson, he breaks down layman's terms about he loves playing in the NFL and much, much more. So remember, this is not BS information. The right information will change your current situation. Wealthy people, they take advice from other wealthy people, and unfortunately, broke people take advice from broke people. So right about now, go get your pen and your pad, sit back and relax and write down some notes. In this interview that I'm going to reveal to each and every one of you with my great friend, successful businessman, the Arizona Cardinals wide receiver. His name is J.J. Nelson. This interview, it will change your life. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you'll be well informed when I publish more underground audio interviews. So, check it out. I'd like to welcome the one, the only, the powerful J.J. Nelson to the show.
How you doing?
Well, I'm doing great, J.J., and it's getting better each and every single day. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good so far today.
To everyone that's listening, I highly recommend go and get your pen and your pad right now. My great friend J.J. Nelson is going to break down layman's terms about him playing for the phenomenal Arizona Cardinals and about the NFL industry. Is that correct, JJ?
Yes, sir.
Now, what I'd like to know, and can you explain to the audience in layman's terms, who is the phenomenal J.J. Nelson? How long you been in your powerful industry, and what is your expertise?
Well, J.J. Nelson, quiet, humble guy. Put God first, put his family second, and I'm a family man, a great teammate. And, that's pretty much it. But I've been playing football ever since I was 6 years old. My uncle put me in the sport, me and my cousin. And, I started playing all the way up till I was in middle school. And then I stopped playing once I got to high school. And then I started back playing my 11th to 12th grade years of high school. And I was fortunate enough to get a few scholarships, and I ended up choosing UAB. But before that, I always thought that I was, a track star and a basketball player. And, one day the head coach, who was the athletic director, and he was the bus driver at a track meet, and he saw me running track one time, and he came up to me and he said, "I'm not asking you to play no more." He said, "I'm telling you." And along with that, a lot of people that knew that I had the talent and ability to play football, they also, encouraged me to play. So I decided to go out and give it a try, and here I am today in the NFL.
Wow. Now, JJ, did you always have a burning desire to be a professional football player, or did you have a different vision for your life when you was coming up in high school?
I always wanted to be successful, whichever way there'll be, educational-wise or in sports. But I always want, like I said, I always wanted to at least be like a basketball player in the NBA or somewhere. But God had other plans for me to go to the NFL. But like I said, I always wanted to be successful, whichever route I took.
Wow. Now, you was drafted in the 5th round, and I know that was a phenomenal experience. Can you explain
explain to the listeners, JJ, what is the best advice that you have ever received?
Really just believing in yourself. Being patient. I'll say I was always overlooked, for my size, me being 5'10", 150 pounds. A lot of people look at a guy like me with my stature and everything, think that I'm too small and I'm too skinny to play this game. But I'm going into my third year. A lot of people didn't expect me to make it out of high school. A lot of people didn't expect me to make it out of college. Like I said, I was an All-American in college, and here I am going into my third year in the NFL. So I always continue to put God first and never listen to what the outsiders say. I always believe in what I believe in. So that's pretty much it.
Wow. Now, you played for the Arizona Cardinals, and I've seen your body of work, and you are a phenomenal athlete when it comes to the football industry. Can you explain to the listeners what mistakes are you seeing that professional football players are making when it comes to putting in hard work for scouts to see them in regards to getting drafted?
I think a lot of people mess up by, thinking they know it all. You know what I'm saying? You coming in day one thinking you got it all down pat and things like that. But I feel like the NFL, it kind of humbles you. I got a guy, me personally, I'm blessed to have a guy like Larry Fitzgerald in my receiver room. And, I always watch him and see how he works and how he go about this business each and every day. And, it don't get no better than that. And, that's pretty much it. So I just continue to watch him. He's been in the league 12, 13 years, going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. So, what other way to go than to follow his footsteps?
Now, when you actually got, coached by other football players that's done that, and that's still relevant in the football industry, when it comes to coaching, I know you're a humble man, but when it comes to coaching, do you actually, take all of that wisdom in and then implement it in regards to the drills that you do for the Arizona Cardinals?
Oh, yeah, of course. We watch film every day, and they, with the NFL, one thing I learned about the NFL, everything got to be 100%. If you're not 100% and it's not perfect, you can't play in this league. And that's one thing that I picked up real fast. So whatever my coaches tell me that they see on the field, I need to go and correct it right then and there. If not, then I won't be playing. So I always, like I said, I always continue to try to get better each and every day and strive for greatness.
Wow. Now, when it comes to trying out for these professional football teams, when it comes to the training camps, can you explain to the listeners, what is your daily regimen in regards to running drills?
Oh man, it's a grind. The process is long. Like I said, it's all about being patient. I mean, you have a whole college season, then you go into training for the combine. And you have I was fortunate enough to go to a few little bowl games, and then they go to the NFL Combine. Then you have Pro Day, then you have Draft Day, and then you come in. You got rookie mini camp, you got mini camp as well as OTAs, and it's just so much. You know what I'm saying? So me, what I like to do, I like to sleep. So I love sleep. I love to get my rest. And, when it's time to go to work, I'm prepared to go to work, study, stay in the playbook. And like I said, just continue to listen and learn every day. It don't get no better than that.
Now, when it comes to the playbook and you have, other professional athletes that want to make the team or they get drafted to a professional football team, when it comes to football players getting cut, is it the reason why they get cut because they don't know the playbook, or they have to know those plays pretty precisely so the coaches will actually take a look at them and say, you know what, I want to start you, or you will be going in the column as a second string?
To be honest, I think that a lot of players that's not in the league right now, it's more than likely because of not picking up the playbook as fast as the coach would want them to pick it up. And, like not most of the time it's like a numbers game because that's just how the business goes. Some people blessed to get put in situations that to help them strive to becoming the best player, the best person they can become. And I feel like a lot of people fall into that place right there at, not being at the right place at the right time or being at the right place at the right time. So, that comes with it.
You are experiencing a life-changing, powerful interview, and you are hearing it first from Arthur Robinson Jr.'s PowerfulInterviews.com.
Now, I was looking at a phenomenal video that you and your mother and your family were in, and when you got drafted, they were so excited. Can you explain to the listeners what was that experience like when you got drafted to the Arizona Cardinals, and what was your thinking process when you got drafted, and how did your mom feel when that wonderful news came in?
Man, that was an awesome experience. To share that moment with my family and friends. Like I was saying, me being 5'10", 150 pounds, coming from a small school like UAB, a lot of people don't even know where UAB is or what is it. And so every time they ask me like what school I went to, I say UAB is in Birmingham. And, with me being blessed to go to the Combine, I felt like that I had a big chip on my shoulder with all the scouts and all the coaches and all the GMs were there. I feel like that I had to perform at a high level and to get their eyes, and as well as my college film. And, but, yeah, with that experience, to be honest, I really didn't expect to get drafted. They projected me to go 7th to undrafted, but Arizona, I thank them every day for giving me this opportunity to play the game that I love and to share that special moment with my family. And they was excited and happy for me, and they support me. They've been supporting me since day one, from 6 years old, high school to college, up to now. So I can't thank them enough as well.
Well, it's good when you have that support mechanism coming from your family and they're in your corner no matter how the draft goes, because when you have that support mechanism, that makes you feel good that you have people supporting you and also in your corner no matter what.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like, drafted or not drafted, they're going to be proud of me because of the person that I am and the work that I put in every day. But, me, I always say, I always said that if I was to get drafted or not to get drafted, all I just wanted was an opportunity, and that I was going to make the best of that opportunity, good or bad. So, I was blessed to get drafted, and I made the best of that opportunity.
Well, preparation meets opportunities.
Uh-huh.
Now, JJ, I wrote down some powerful words, 5 being the highest and 1 being the lowest, so you can rate them in your own influential way. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Accountability.
5.
Perseverance.
5.
Building great relationships.
5.
Family.
5, 6, 7.
Love.
5.
Income producing assets.
I get out of 5.
Health.
5.
Wealth.
5.
NFL.
5.
All right, that was good. That was real good. JJ, can you explain to the listeners exactly where they can find you?
Hopefully on the field next year. NFL Network, ESPN, ABC, Fox. I'm looking forward to a great season this year. Like I said, continue to get better. But
Now, when you retired, Do you have that in your thought process where you would like to become a sports commentator, where you're covering, NFL games?
Yeah. Like I said, I got a degree in communication studies, but I want to be a coach, or I would like to do like sports broadcasting, anything in that area.
Oh wow. Well, I know you do sports broadcast, and I know you'd be, very great at that particular job.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's talk about the word entrepreneur, and I know that you love being an entrepreneur. Now, the word entrepreneur means entreprendre, and they are two Latin words, and that word was invented in the 15th century in France, and a gentleman by the name of John Baptist, he invented the word, which is called entrepreneur. So entre means between, and pendre means to take. So it means to take lower productivity and increase it to higher productivity. Can you explain to the listeners, JJ, how are you increasing your productivity by playing for the Arizona Cardinals?
Well, a lot of those words that you said, health, staying healthy. If you're not healthy, then you're not on the field playing. Just building that trust with the coaches, and that, they put me out on that field, what I'll be able to produce and make plays, what they drafted me for. And, a lot of those things that go along with it, and really building that trust in them that, like I said, that they could put me out on the field and they could trust me to go out and help us be in the best situation to win the football game.
Now, in my opinion, a wide receiver and a quarterback, and especially you have a strong offensive line and a defensive line, that plays a major role when you're building a team. Can you explain to the listeners, what is your relationship like with the quarterback that plays for the Arizona Cardinals?
Man, Carson, he's a great guy. I'm glad you asked that. Last year I went out to San Diego with him. I spent the week with him when we worked out. I'm actually going back out there this Sunday until like next Friday to work out with him as well before I go home for the holidays. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking to continue to build that relationship. And like I said, he's a great guy, and I hope they continue to trust in me to keep throwing me the ball so I can continue to make plays.
Wow. Now, as a quarterback, I know he has to read you, especially when you going for those big bombs. When it comes to a quarterback reading a wide receiver, do everything has to be in sync in regards to the plays? Or let's just say the defense is rushing in. Do you have to have a different strategy when you are outthinking your opponent?
Yeah, correct. It's a lot that go with it. The NFL, man, it's a lot of plays. It's a lot of adjustments, and that go along with, you having your route. The quarterback to know, okay, with this coverage, what route are you running, and what depth is this route on, as well as the receiver. If those things not, in sync with each other, and you guys not on the same page, the play is not going to work. So they really harp on us a lot about depth-wise, route-wise, the coverage, and things like that. So, it's really a fine, detailed position being a receiver and a quarterback.
Now, I know going into the future, I can see you getting big endorsement deals. Can you explain to the listeners, would you like to, get major endorsement deals, or would you like to get, major sneaker deals going into your portfolio as a professional NFL player?
You are experiencing a life-changing, powerful interview, and you are hearing it first from Arthur Robinson Jr.'s PowerfulInterviews.com.
Yeah, I think that's big. Going out, endorsement deals and things like that, commercials and going to different events, meeting a lot of great people. I think that's really, really big, and I'm looking forward. Hopefully, I can gain a few while I'm in the league. So that'll be awesome.
Wow. Now, I know you have a 4-year contract, and I know that contract is going to be coming up real soon. When it comes to the Arizona Cardinals, do you pretty much, when your contract has to be renewed, do you want to stay with the Arizona Cardinals, or would you mind going to another NFL team as long as you're productive?
I love to stay with Arizona Cardinals. To be honest, I love Arizona itself. I love Phoenix. I love everything about it. I love the weather. I feel like that it fit me perfect. I'm glad to be here. I can't even lie. So as of right now, I just want to be Arizona Cardinals.
Wow. Now, it's a lot of phenomenal professional teams that's in the NFL. And I know that when it comes to a wide receiver and tight ends, they also got to develop phenomenal relationships as well. Can you explain to the listeners about your relationship you're having currently with the tight ends that's on the Arizona Cardinals?
Oh, yeah, man. It's funny because my locker is pretty much close to the tight ends. Jermaine is a great guy. I talk to him all the time. You know, you have Troy, and we have Mo, and Hakeem. He was a rookie last year. They look pretty good this year as well. So, like I said, man, we have a great team. You know, we have a great offense, explosive offense. So we just looking forward to the season and hope everything that we practice, that it's, you know, we executed on Sundays.
Now, can you explain to the audience, what is your daily regimen when it comes to you waking up in the morning and, you know, do you work out and do you do drills? Or when it comes to getting back into the football season, I know that'll be coming up probably the end of July going into August. Like, what is your daily regimen and what are your eating habits?
Well, my last 2 years, I went home for the break, but now I'm out here in Arizona right now, staying, working out with the scrim coaches and as well, you know, just rehabbing and getting treatment from the trainers. But they provide, you know, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for us as well. So I eat a few meals there, and then I'll come home and I'll probably grab a bite with either one of my teammates or one of my close buddies. That's pretty much it. But it's not like an you know, a strict diet or anything like that. Like I said, I'm 160 pounds, so I can eat whatever I want to eat.
Okay. And I've seen some phenomenal highlights where you was actually playing against your opponent, the Seattle Seahawks, and you was actually, you know, you received 134 yards in that game, and you scored one touchdown. Can you explain to the listeners about that phenomenal experience?
Man, that's a phenomenal experience. You know, if a lot of people that's familiar with the Seattle Seahawks, they've been on top of the league for the last few years, and especially with one of the top defenses in the league for the last few years. And so, you know, going against one of the best corners, Richard Sherman, and that defense, you know, it don't get no better than that. So, like I said, I'm blessed that the coaches and, like I said, Carson trust me to go out there and make plays, especially with that caliber of team and defense. And so, like I said, it's just up to me to go out and make plays and to the best of my ability. So, like I said, I'm just continuing to look forward to that throughout the year.
JJ, what advice would you give the audience that's listening right now? And we have a lot of successful entrepreneurs and business owners that's on the show right now, and they have sons. And let's say, for example, they have sons that are in the process of wanting to become an NFL player. What advice would you give the listeners right now in regards to their sons doing mental preparation to get prepared to become a professional NFL player?
Man, I'll say just take it serious. Believe in God. Put God first. Be the best person that you can be each and every day. Don't worry about no one else. Don't worry about the outsiders. they'll always tell you what you can and what you can't do. It's up to you to do it and prove them wrong. And like I said, I live by that today. And just, put in hard work, put in extra work, listen to the older guys if they telling you the right things. And, like I said, just continue to put God first.
Now, I see a lot of NFL players, some have big contracts and some have, small contracts. What differentiates some NFL players that get bigger contracts and other players that get smaller contracts?
Productivity. Go out there and make plays. You can't worry about what the next man have in his pockets. I believe you can only control what you can control. And like I said, that's going out, being the best you, putting in the work to hopefully get you a bigger contract. So that's my biggest thing right there.
JJ, explain to the listeners, what do you like to do for fun?
What do I like to play the game. Like I said, I like to sleep. I like to hang out with my family. That's pretty much it. I like to go home and hang out with my family, or I love when they come out here and we just like to have a good time.
Now, when you were 9, 10, 11 years old, were you always, entrepreneurial, and did you always have that vision that, one day the world is going to know who I am?
I did. Like I said, when I was 9, 10, 11, I was just sports. That's all I knew. I mean, I didn't know, I wasn't, bagging groceries for the summer or nothing like that. I would just continue to stay out of trouble and continue to get better, whichever sport that was coming up next. And, that's pretty much it. And, I'm just blessed to be in this position I'm in today.
Now, when professional football players, when they get hurt, does the team have to keep fulfilling their contract in regards to what they signed, despite of whether they got hurt or not, as long as it's not a permanent injury?
To be honest, I have no clue, but I know most guys that get hurt, let's say for a long period of time, they do get injury settlements, but guys that got a few weeks or whatever, they'll just hold them out. They'll put them on injury reserve or something like that, or they'll put them on what is called the inactive list for a game. So if they're not inactive, then they're not dressing out, but until they get healthy.
You are experiencing a life-changing, powerful interview, and you are hearing it first from Arthur Robinson Jr.'s PowerfulInterviews.com.
JJ, do you think you was put on this planet to educate the masses about how to be a phenomenal NFL player?
I think so. We look back, not that many guys that have been in this league, the size that I am, and being productive. So I'm just looking to continue to build that legacy, and I get a lot of tweets and Instagram DMs just telling me how much of an inspiration I am for me being a little guy going out and doing what I'm able to do week in and week out. And, I just thank them for believing in me and, for being an inspiration to them. So that would keep me motivated.
What legacy you want to leave to the world, as well as what legacy you want to leave to your family?
That, with the Nelson on my back, that I gave it my all each and every day, day in and day out. And, like I said, with me being the size that I am, that, guys that grow up and don't have the opportunity and that get told that they're too small, they're not good enough, or they're not able to do this and do that, to that look and see what I've done or what I will do in the future, and hopefully that'll motivate them to become the better person that they are.
This is an incredible interview, JJ, and I appreciate you coming on my show today.
Man, I really appreciate it. I was looking forward to it.
JJ, now I love reading, and unfortunately for some people, reading is a lost art today. Can you explain to the listeners what books do you like to read, and what books do you recommend for the audience to read?
As of right now, the only book that I read is the playbook. I mean, that's pretty much it as of right now. But yeah.
Now, as you go into the future, would you like to be a published author and publish your own first intellectual property, which would be your own book?
That's a great idea. I have been kind of giving it a thought. Like, I would love to do, like, a short film or something about my life, or, like, write a book about my life, because I feel like, to be honest, that it'll be a great book. You know what I'm saying? Me growing up and just really pretty much going through a lot of adversity, being overlooked, and really not wanting to play football, and end up being in the NFL and playing 3+ years at this point. So I feel like that'll be a great opportunity and a great thing for me to express my story to others.
Well, when you do publish your intellectual property, your first book, let me know, because I would love to promote the book, because your book is pretty much your business card.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Now, Jason, let's talk about video, and I've seen your highlights on YouTube. They're absolutely phenomenal. Now, a couple of years ago, Google bought YouTube for $1.6 billion. So video is hot right now. Can you explain to the listeners the power of using video? And should entrepreneurs and business leaders, should they use video to expand their brand?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, you know, I'm not that old, so growing up, you know, me, like, coming out of high school, you know, you have to go into the computer and, you know, build a highlight film. But nowadays, you can just go to Instagram, you know what I'm saying? You can go to those type things right now to promote yourself, and it's so much easier. A lot of guys now, you know what I'm saying, it's so much easier to get in contact with these college coaches and things in that nature. And so that is really a big deal.
Yes, actually, Facebook bought Instagram, and really Instagram, they're doing live video, but Instagram is more visual with pictures.
But they you can use a lot of, like, videos. Like, when I'm training and my trainer, you know what I'm saying, he want to post something right then and there, he can go to Instagram and post me running a route or doing the drill. And, you know, I think that's really unique.
Yes, because actually YouTube, Facebook Live, Instagram, you know, Twitter, all these social media platforms, they all delivery systems.
Right. Yes, sir.
JJ, I'm glad God got into you, and you're doing God's work by being a professional NFL player. And keep continuing to do what you're doing, and keep striving for success, because you're too blessed to be stressed. And the more you keep immersing yourself in your work, you're going to attract like-minded people, because I love brainstorming with like-minded people, and I don't really watch the news, because every time you turn on the news, all you see is rape, pillage, plunder, recession, depression. You're getting dumped with negativity. But what people should be putting into their mental garden is positivity, information for people who are doing well, information for people who are not dwelling on tragedy but more on success. So I don't like what I see what's on the news, so I create my own news.
Yes, sir.
Now, you are a phenomenal athlete, and when you are on the field going against your opponent with the other NFL teams, people actually pay attention to what you do in regards to playing football, and when you actually actually catch the balls. I've seen some of your highlights. They're absolutely outside the box. Can you explain to the listeners, what do phenomenal athletes do that other phenomenal athletes just don't do?
I think the NFL is like an entertainment sport.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, like us being in the NFL, that's like one of the higher platforms as a football player. And they really look up to us on and off the field. So I think that once you're out the field, you're supposed to set an example, you know what I'm saying, staying out of trouble and not being in the news and being on the field, you know, producing, making plays and, you know, pretty much having fun. And I think that would come with being in the NFL.
Wow. JJ, do you have any last pearls of wisdom for the listeners?
Well, I would like to thank you for having me on this show, and just continue to put God first, and you know, be the best that you can be each and every day. That's pretty much it.
To everyone that's listening, follow the phenomenal J.J. Nelson. You hear the passion that came through his voice on my show today. He broke down layman's terms about the phenomenal team that he plays for, which is the Arizona Cardinals. He also broke down layman's terms about when he retires from being a phenomenal professional football player, he wants to go into sports broadcasting. So I highly recommend getting involved with the phenomenal J.J. Nelson. I interview multi-millionaires all over the world, and J.J. Nelson is by far one of the best that can educate each and every one of you about the NFL industry. And JJ, before we sign off, can you explain to the listeners, when will your next game be coming up this year?
I think our first preseason game, we have the Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio, to play against the Dallas Cowboys. I think August 3rd. But the season opener is at Detroit, September the 10th, and the first home game is back at Phoenix, September the 25th against the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, I'm definitely going to keep in touch with you, and I love the phenomenal relationship that we're building. I'm definitely going to watch that game, and I'll be cheering you on when I'm watching it on TV.
Yes, sir. I really appreciate that.
To everyone that's listening, follow the phenomenal J.J. Nelson. Go to YouTube and put in J.J. Nelson. That's J.J. Nelson. J.J. Nelson. Nelson. Go to YouTube and you'll see his phenomenal highlights. He is a outside-the-box amazing player, and he plays for the Arizona Cardinals, and you will see the highlights, well, the teams that he plays for in regards to him scoring touchdowns. So, to everyone that's listening, remember that the strongest asset that each and every one of you have is your brain and what you think about and what you take action on. That will become your reality, and your mentality creates your reality. May God bless each and every one of you, and bye for now. Thank you, JJ.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Have a pleasant day, everyone. Here's another bonus tip. I hope this exclusive, powerful interview helped you fully understand about the NFL industry. My great friend, successful businessman, the ultimate wide receiver, J.J. Nelson. J.J. Nelson plays for the Arizona Cardinals, and he is the starting wide receiver. And for those that don't know what NFL means, that means the National Football League. So this interview, J.J. Nelson, he breaks down layman's terms about how he basically focused on getting a degree in the communication studies. J.J. Nelson, he also breaks down layman's terms about the NFL Combine, with his time with a 4.28. J.J Nelson, he also breaks down layman's terms about he was drafted by the Arizona Cardinals in the 5th round and is currently going into his 3rd year as a professional football player. J.J Nelson, in this exclusive interview, he breaks down layman's terms about you must believe in yourself. J.J Nelson, he also breaks down layman's terms about the National Football League humbles you. That's extremely important if you want to take your mindset and your business to the next level. Because remember, you don't start a business, you are a business in your own right. J.J Nelson, he also breaks down layman's terms about what he does in regards to his daily regiment, and he says daily regiment is a grind. And as a national football player, you must know the playbook. J.J Nelson, he also breaks down layman's terms about he is a family man, and he's been playing football ever since he was 6 years old, and much, much more. If you want to learn more about the sports industry, business, marketing, advertising, copywriting, branding, marketing, investing in real estate, or how to live a healthier life, or how to build unlimited wealth, you can contact me directly at 215-490-2516. That's area code 215-490-2516, or you can email me at arthurrobinson, the number 18, at yahoo.com. That's Arthur, ARTHUR, Robinson, ROBINSON, the number 18, at yahoo.com. And I highly recommend listen to this exclusive interview over and over and over again so it can reinforce your learning. And to everyone that's listening to me right now, if you are interested in getting in the National Football League, or you have sons that's interested in getting in the National Football League, I highly recommend listen to this exclusive interview, and it will open up your mindset on what it really takes to become a professional football player. And J.J Nelson is the wide receiver for the phenomenal team, the Arizona Cardinals. Thank you. And thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening to Arthur Robinson Jr. from PowerfulInterviews.com, your #1 resource for life-changing information you won't find anywhere else. Check out our blog for weekly updates and new powerful interviews. For more information or to contact Arthur, send an email to info@PowerfulInterviews.com. That's info@PowerfulInterviews.com.